So I went to this singles event last night in Houston
Mm-hmm.
called Crush Club. And hopefully this doesn't get in the wrong eyeballs, but
Oops.
black men that talk to white women and kind of like push you away when you're trying to talk to them, it's kind of crazy. Like I was talking to this gentleman last night at the event, and I just stumbled upon him. He was at the bar, and I was going towards the bar, and I started talking to him, and he was a nice, statuesque black guy. Like, they have all these stickers that had color codes. So basically, like green was like 21 to 24.
Mm.
Purple was 25 to 27 or something, and then or 29, and then orange was like 30 and 30 to 34, and then red, which was what I was wearing, is 35 and up. No cap.
Let's think about that color grading for a little bit. It's kind of effed up. 21 to 25 are all green flags, and then they have the 35 and up all red flags. I don't know. I'm not the one that put it together. Don't be mad at me.
So he had a red sticker on, and I was like, okay, so he's in my age range or whatever. So I started talking to him, and he's with this Latino guy,
Right.
and they're just, chatting it up or whatever. And I was like, okay, finally, I'm finding the people with the red tags on. How are you guys doing? Just, mingling. I have no problem talking to anybody. So he says, I'm doing good, and he's like really chipper and really like, over the top, kind of just like, not flamboyant, but like boisterous and, full of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Super chill, seemed like, or whatever. But he kept looking over me. He's taller than me, and he kept looking over me. And he was like doing these eyes at his Latino friend. I was like, okay, well, how long have you guys been here? And he ends up saying like, oh no, we just got here maybe like 30 minutes ago. And I was like, okay, I've been here for about an hour. Have you already stopped by the bar? Or this is, he was like, no, I'm not actually going to the bar. I just like staying by the bar line because people are moving and it's more accessible. And I was
Right.
like, okay, that makes sense. Like, cool. All right, well, anyways, like, what's your name? And I see it on his name tag, but I always like to say, what's your name? I don't remember his name. Let's not even go there because irrelevant. But he keeps looking at this Latino guy like over and beyond me. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna hold you guys up. It was nice to meet you. I just like to mingle and say hello to everybody.
Checking out some other girls, I assume.
2 seconds later, this is with this white girl. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I wasn't your type. Sorry for interrupting your swag for the white girls. No offense, but like, it's just so curious and like different. Like, I don't know. I go to a lot of black spaces. So when I go to these spaces, I know that the like other, but when you're in these kind of spaces and like everybody's involved, it's kind of one of those things where you're just like, you're unsure. So you don't want to step on any toes. And throughout the night, I saw this guy, not looking, but, we're in a space where it's like, okay, if you already talk to somebody, that kind of like piques your eye when you're in that space still.
Right.
So this man talked to at least 4 white girls only. And
listen to me, guys. Listen to her tell this story. She's plainly admitting that she found this dude attractive, right? So she found him attractive. Cool. But she's upset that he's not attracted to her. I get it. You are attracted to black men. There are plenty of black men, regardless of what you may hear online, even from some of the men within this comment section. The majority, these are just the facts. The majority of black men still date and marry black women. However, for some reason, when a black woman sees a black man talking to a woman outside of his race, especially a white woman, there's almost like this obsessive approach to observing that, right? First of all, they hate it. Let's just be honest. There's actually a bit by Chris Rock. It's hilarious. He talks about how much black women hate seeing a black man with a white woman. The question here is why does it bother you so much, right? Why does it bother you so much? I get the part where she thought he was attractive, but unfortunately he wasn't attracted to her. But to sit there and start counting the number of white chicks that this guy talks to, it's kind of strange. It's weird. It's weird.
Engaged or soon to be married men, getting a prenup doesn't have to be confusing. At fathershaverights.com, We break everything down in plain, simple English so you feel in control from day one. Here's one of our 5-star reviews from Logan. I didn't know much about prenups before, but the way everything was explained made it easy to understand. It didn't feel overwhelming or super legal heavy. It was just real advice that actually made sense. I feel way more secure going into marriage now. Grab the guide for the price of a couple of dinner dates by clicking the pinned link in the comments and join the hundreds of future husbands securing their marriages the right way.
And I know you have your Dr. Umar types who do the same thing the other way around. That's weird too. It's weird. Let people be attracted to who they're attracted to instead of coming online and shaming them, because I've seen enough of these to know that in the end, you're still alone. A lot of these singles events don't go very well. But this obsession of like, he spoke to 5 white women. Give it a rest.
Mind you, there were several beautiful black ladies there.
Come on.
And that's okay. That's your preference. Nobody is talking about the preference. Let's not go there. Let's not say, oh, why can black girls date white guys and white guys can't date white girls? I mean, black guys can't date white girls. We're not comparing. It's just how he was like basically looking through me like I was like invisible. Like, I get your preference, but you can also show me.
But you were invisible if he didn't find you attractive. The same way that other men are invisible to you, but you just won't admit that.
Respect and like speak to me if I'm just talking to you, and you don't have to like look through me and like, you know, be looking over to your friend like, you know, this chick, let's talk to her. Like, I don't know, kind of weird. But black guys that do that, it's just, it's like, and he's dark skinned. I look like your mom. Like, okay.
The shaming tactics. The question is, so you're telling me in your 35 years of life, there are men who you have not looked past? Let's check out a few of these comments. Top comment here says he was probably laughing just like this too. Here, you know, there they go now. Somebody else here added this. Apparently, if you're attracted to white women and you're a black man, then you are a white man inside, or you see yourself as a white man based on this meme. It's just so crazy to me, man, because there's this weird dynamic where you have these feminist liberal chicks who talk about how the white man's the enemy, you know, voted for Kamala Harris. The Don Lemons who think that the white man is the worst thing possible when they're all married to him. Craziness. Somebody else who says, no one told you this is an all white party, or somebody else who added, his preference was the Latino guy he was with. There they go now, calling him gay. And by the way, if a black woman does this, black wife effect, beautiful. We love to see it. Somebody else who says, people always talk about preference when it's prejudice. Now you're being prejudiced. Another person who says, my bad, I wasn't your type, my ninjas. Somebody else who says, so he started tap dancing. Noted. Yeah. Part of me is curious to see what else happened on that day.
Okay, y'all, contrary to popular belief, I actually enjoyed Crush Club, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a recap. So obviously 35 and up had the red stickers. We all know this by now. They had a cute little photo booth where you can either get your prints digitally or you can print them out. I thought I was adorable. They had the phone number thing big as hell so that I could see because I'm blind. I thought that was amazing. This is Mike. He's my cute little friend. He bought me a drink. He was so sweet.
Oh, there's one. There's one. The hypocrisy. Who's that white man you were with? How dare you? It wasn't a black man who you could have taken a photo with. You guys see how ridiculous that sounds? Sounds ridiculous.
And he bought me a drink. He was so sweet. All the people in the earlier part of the day, it wasn't as full, so we had plenty of space, and we were able to play. What is this called? Beer pong.
There she is. That's the dude she friend zoned. You know, who's trying to get in all her videos, and she's like, nope.
To play.
That's who she wanted right there. She made sure she got a video.
What is this called? Beer pong? There's Mike again. And met my friend Jessica there. She's also on TikTok. She's amazing. She's doing a little recaps of her own. So that was our little friend Mike. And this guy, Ronnie, bought us some shots all around the table. That was super nice. And my bestie came. And we had some popcorn. And I won that game, okay? There was a freaking potbelly pig there. wild. Like, you just got your potbelly pig on a leash. It's crazy. Anyways, my friend also did the little photo booth, and I actually saw my friend from literally high school, and we kicked it off and hit each other up and stuff. This is Jeremy. I love him.
I mean, it seems like she had a good time. Hey, I'm actually impressed by the amount of men I'm seeing at this event. This is cool.
He's so sweet, and that's my bestie. So we were outside on the patio. And then randomly, I got my tarot read by this sweet guy. He was so cool. I did not get his Instagram or his TikTok, but if you know him, tag him because he was super sweet. He was telling me that I had feminine energy. And
No, I'm just kidding. She's not masculine. I'm just being funny.
And funny story about Dallas, we were on Pop the Balloon together.
All right. Well, pop the balloon to another singles event. Yeah, it's tough out here, isn't it? All right, guys. So this gets kind of wild. So this woman responded back to that video that she saw of the woman talking about how black men were approaching her. Check it out.
Your looks matter in dating. If you're a woman and you're dating, to men, your looks matter. I just listened to a video that was actually quite annoying. It was this woman, she was a black woman, and she said she went to a dating event, and there was a lot of people there or whatever, and by the bar there was a black man and a Latino man who were sitting at the bar talking. She says she goes up to them, to introduce herself and, have a little chat with them, because obviously it's a dating event and things like that. They have stickers on them to show their age range or whatever. So
Right.
She found a group of men that were her age range. So she figured, okay, let me chat with them and stuff like that. So they start chatting, and she says that this is how she described it. She said that they like the black guy that she was talking to was kind of like overlooking her, like looking above her head, and was kind of looking at something and kind of like telling his Latino friend, like, oh, look, like having conversations about something else, but clearly he wasn't giving her the attention and things like that. So they had a little chit chat and everything like that. And she said, okay, I just wanted to introduce myself and things like that. My name is or whatever, like, things like that. So she said she walked away. She goes 2 seconds later, the black guy, she sees the black guy, with the white girl laughing so loud, kikiing, and however she describes it, like he was so like laughing, belly laughing, having so much fun and things like that. So she said, oh, that's what so I didn't know, excuse me for not being your type, like she didn't say it to him. She was just saying this like in the video, like, excuse me for not being your type. Like, I'm sorry, that's his type and stuff like that. And that she was kind of telling, the sentiment under the comments was like, black women, just know that when you go to these events, if you go to an all black dating event, black men are not coming. And if you go to a mixed race dating event, all the black men want are white women. Is what was the sentiment underneath the post, right? And so
they were saying if you go to a black singles event for black women, then black men aren't coming. If you go to a one that's mixed race, then black men are going to be there. What do you guys think?
And the lady also said this. This is what made me press the record button. She said that, I don't know what's his problem. I look like his mama. I look like his mother. So, whatever. And that really drives me crazy. So, ladies, I'm going to hold your hands for this conversation. Black women in particular, I'm going to hold your hands for this conversation.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to have a real conversation. Okay? We're going to have a real conversation. And you're probably not going to like what I'm about to say, but a lot of us are not self-aware. A lot of us are not self-aware. And I left a comment on her post, right? And I gave my opinion, as nice as I could give it, right? But let me tell you something, right? It is not a flex that you look like his mother. You should look like his lover.
Oh no, she's about to go in. Yeah, I used to do this, but I started backing away from this. I'll share more why later. Let's keep listening.
Right? And the truth is, right, from assessment, right, woman to woman, let's have a conversation. So I don't need men under here. I don't need men applause. I don't need men to agree. I don't care. It's not about men.
It's too bad.
This is not a pick me conversation.
We're here.
We are not self-aware, and we love excuses. And that drives me crazy. This lady, to me, how I'm seeing it, she looked overweight. You're typically overweight. I can give you her like I don't know her directly, but I already know you look like a particular avatar. She probably makes good money. She's stressed off at work. She's exhausted. She buys expensive clothes probably. She get her nails look nice and done. She probably have her hair look decent. I couldn't see everything. I don't remember if she had a bonnet on or not, but 9 out of 10 times her hair was probably done. But what wasn't done was nobody got in the gym. It was like, I'm gonna eat clean, I'm gonna eat right, and I'm gonna get my body in shape. I'm gonna look the best that I can be. Why? A lot of times we're overworked and overstressed. We're not taking care of our physical body.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Right? So this conversation is a multi-level conversation. But the one thing I'm thinking we're not aware of is we're not self-aware about how people actually see us. We think that we have a right to demand a man's attention because we're Black women. Nobody owes you attention.
Right.
Do you look like you should be getting attention? And a lot of you are not going to like that because you think like, oh, well, everybody deserves attention. You guys want participation awards all the time. Why do you want participation awards? Don't you want the results of what you want? Don't you want the results of what you actually want? You want to get an applaud because you got dressed and went to an event. Listen to what I'm saying. And those of you that are going to hear the heart of what I'm saying, you're going to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you are in the dating market and you are looking to attract a healthy, loving relationship, right? You have to look your very, very best. Let me come back and say this.
Wow. I know they're pissed off in the comment section down below. So the actual chick responded back to that video, and we're going to get into it, but I know they're angry here in the comment section down below. Why is this? Because these are the same people who were applauding the overweight statue of the Black woman in Times Square over there in New York. These are the same chicks. Now, are there Black women who do understand this and do improve themselves? Yes, they are. But the vast majority of them, it's going in one ear and out the other. I used to give that type of critique here on the channel consistently. It just became a repetitive talking point. Anytime I would see any overweight woman, it wasn't just Black women, it was white and Black. I would say the same thing. Hey, if you lost weight, I bet you things would be drastically different. They don't listen. They don't care. It's not going to change. It's only going to get worse. Unfortunately, the few people who want to improve are the ones that will improve and better their lives. Check out a few of these comments. Top commenter says, I love your point, but I never said this man was supposed to be attracted to me. This is her. I simply stated that being kind was free. How was he not being kind? How is he not being kind? Because he wasn't staring deeply in your eyes and another beautiful woman was attracting him? That's not being unkind. Goes on to say the comment about his mom was a simple kindness. My attraction, my face, my body or size was never the subject. If you say, I look like your mother, you are talking about your physical appearance. You can't say my face, my body. All that is within the umbrella of you physically looking like his mom. Goes on to say, I've seen women in the comments much thinner than myself who have had the same experience. Of course, in my opinion, you saw my size and immediately deemed me unworthy of respect or decorum because you don't feel like I look good enough to have that. You're wrong. No, she's not wrong. She's absolutely correct. If you lost weight, your attractiveness would drastically improve. I'm speaking from personal experience here. I've been overweight and seen the difference in actually losing weight. Next here it says, holding women accountable for men not being kind to women they're not attracted to is interesting messaging. That's funny. How is he not being kind? Somebody else who says you don't have to be attracted to someone to be a nice person. These are the same chicks who say, don't tell me where's your smile beautiful. Don't speak out to me in public. Women don't go out claiming that men deserve kindness. Stop it. Somebody else here added, I think she meant she looked like his mother because she's Black. What does that have to do with anything? Why do you think you're at an event for attraction? This has to stop. This is when identity politics moves over into dating, and you think it's kumbaya when another chick is being cutthroat and capitalizing on the man before you. Somebody else who says annoying because she's sharing her experience. Oh, geez, here we go. Being overweight does not mean a woman or man cannot find love. Being a plus size girl all my life, finding a man has never been an issue. Yeah, lady, what does your husband have to say about that? And this is what I mean. You're not going to get through these chicks. You're not going to get through the type of woman who, when you tell her that she needs to lose weight or she needs to improve in any capacity, and you actually give her advice that will help her, and this is her response, you're not going to get through, man. It's just not going to happen. So I guess the chick actually responded. This is her video.
He's a black man. He has muscles. We know everybody want him. We know everybody want him. Everybody.
Okay, y'all. I had to take it to Chat GPT because I was like, you know what? I need to know if I'm mentally ill or is it just her. I had to take it to Chat GPT. Let me break down to you what Chat told me. I love Chat. If you like Chat, you gotta follow me because I stay on Chat. I made notes because at this point, this is hilarious.
What's really sad about this is this woman actually has pretty good energy, you know? But guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you don't drink coffee. It doesn't matter when she's not caffeinated, when she doesn't understand what it takes, right? When it comes to intersexual dynamics, the dating world. If she can't accept the bitter truths of who she has to become, what men actually want, all of it doesn't matter.
Chat says, I believe that she has been considered conventionally unattractive, ugly. Chat didn't say that, I said that. All her life. And even though she is married, she is seeking male attention and approval, but in such a way that doesn't cross the lines of her marriage. So she is speaking directly to the male ego to attain the validation that she is looking for. Because who are you talking to, Pick Me? Pick Misha? Who are you talking? They have muscles. They want to be, they're big and strong. They have muscles and they're so fine. They wouldn't pick you right now. They wouldn't pick you right now. So I made other notes. Okay. Cause at this point, she's obsessed.
Wait, isn't she married?
With talking about it so that men can pick her. I see all her comments. It's all men. And I look at the men's profiles and they ain't really shit either. So even the men that she's talking about are not the men that are in her comments. Babe, what? Okay, let's go down some points that she made.
I'm not going to listen to this whole thing. It's unfortunate. It really is. The way that this woman would actually increase her options if she did lose weight and then changed her mindset would actually be significant. However, she's 35, geriatric pregnancy. There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot going on here. And all this, of course, is leading up to the largest population of single, marriageable women we will ever see by 2030. The stats don't lie. But you know what I will do? I will leave the video here to end and her talking, and you guys can listen to the rest of it.
He's a black man. He has muscles. We know everybody want him. We know everybody want him. Everybody.
Okay, y'all. I had to take it to Chat GPT because I was like, you know what? I need to know if I'm mentally ill or is it just her. I had to take it to Chat GPT. Let me break down to you what Chat told me. I love Chat. If you like Chat, you gotta follow me because I stay on Chat. I made notes because at this point, this is hilarious. Chat says, I believe that she has been considered conventionally unattractive, ugly. Chat didn't say that, I said that. All her life. And even though she is married, she is seeking male attention and approval, but in such a way that doesn't cross the lines of her marriage. So she is speaking directly to the male ego to attain the validation that she is looking for. Because who are you talking to, Pick Me? Pick Misha? Who are you talking? They have muscles. They want to be, they're big and strong. They have muscles and they're so fine. They wouldn't pick you right now. They wouldn't pick you right now. So I made other notes. Okay, because at this point, she's obsessed with talking about it so that men can pick her. I see all her comments. It's all men. And I look at the men's profiles and they ain't really shit either. So even the men that she's talking about are not the men that are in her comments. Babe, what? Okay, let's go down some points that she made. Why should we want ourselves, why should we want to hand over ourselves to black men, big, fat, and obese? There would be a lot of sad black men if we were all skinny. There would be a lot of sad. The that he would be so sad and disappointed. He even told me right now, don't lose too much weight. I've lost 24 pounds so far. Don't lose too much. Listen, there's not going to be a loss of men that don't like big women. Like, they're out there, y'all. Anyway, she's bugging with that one. She said I said that the man was statuesque. So I wobbled my ass over there and talked to the alpha in the room. Who said he was alpha? You assumed he was alpha because he denied me. He rejected me. He turned me down. So you assume that he was alpha. So that is, again, you playing towards the male ego. Because what is him being, why are you picturing this, what is it called? This, minotaur. Why are you picturing this? Why are you making this up in your head? You don't know what he looked like. He could have been basic as hell. Then she goes on to say, okay, she's assuming because I was rejected that he was the finest in the room. I can approach the finest in the room. I can approach the ugliest in the room. I could do whatever I wanted to. The thing is, I didn't approach him. I went to the bar. I'm here at the bar. Hey, can I have a Jack and Coke? What's up? How are you guys doing? I see you have red stickers on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I told a limited scope view of a story that is my own to tell, and you went off on a boat ride to Hawaii and made up your own story. You are a mental case. You are a head case. Like, you are actually sick. The way you have taken my one story. I talked for 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I cannot stress that enough. And you have made 13 parts about my story. Baby, if you want to be single and me, just say that. Baby, if you want to be me and single, just say that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anyways, next point. Why didn't she talk to the fat, lonely guy in the corner? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said I didn't? Who said I didn't? Who said I didn't? Were you there? Was you there? Did you want to be there? Quinette, did you want to be there? You wanted to come with us. The single gals. You wanted to get out of the house. You wanted to be there. How do you know I didn't talk to, and also, per your misogyny and your male-centered mindset, why would I have talked to a fat man? That is particularly you saying that it's okay for a man to be fat, but not a woman. So in your mindset, I should have talked to the fat guy because that makes more sense to you. You are sick. You are sick. So I'm supposed to just say, okay, because I'm fat, let's go with the fat man, but no accountability for the fat man. But that's who I should have approached. Again, you not knowing, just assuming that I didn't approach anybody else or nobody else would approach me. The lonely guy that just got off of work. Okay. A man for, let's see, what else did she say? Oh, what can you do to increase your attractiveness? I'm attractive. That's the thing. Dead stare. I'm attractive. And you hate that about me. I am beautiful. My mama's beautiful. My lineage, my daughter is beautiful. Question yourself and how your mindset is set to think these things because you want male approval, because you've been conventionally ugly your entire life. Put me and you side by, you know what, I'm not even gonna do that because I would eat you down every time. My thing is, I've seen your husband. He looked like some of the Nigerians that be in Houston hitting on all the, getting denied every single time.
you're lucky you've been married for 20 years. Congrats. Because you would never, the chicks in Houston, hands down, would slaughter you. Slaughter you. And I'm not talking about the ones with no BBLs, no tummy tucks, no fake titties, nothing. I'm talking about natural. I don't wear lashes. I don't have no injections, butt implants, nothing. I am natural as they come. But the fact that you work out a little bit, maybe your lineage has a little bit of a slimmer tone, that you're better than me. And that's where you set up your page with this distinct guise that you are teaching women, that you are educating us. But you came at it from the male perspective. You never once said, ladies, it is so important that we take care of ourselves so we can be happy, healthy, so that we can be more active for our kids, so we can be better mothers, better friends, be able to climb mountains, run marathons, all that stuff for us, for our own internal energy, for our positive mindset on ourselves. You said, I need to, and this is quote, increase my attractiveness for a man. You've been married since 2005, which I was graduating high school. I went to college in 2005. That was when Facebook just came out. I was on MySpace, putting my top 8 in line. I was worried about my top 8. That's what I was worried about. We were taking pictures like this. That's what MySpace was. You couldn't touch me at all. Then, now, ever. Your page is bullshit. Like chat said, I believe that she has been considered conventionally unattractive her entire life. And even though she is married, she is seeking male attention and approval, but in such a way that it doesn't cross the lines of her marriage. So she is speaking directly to the male ego so that they can comment on her page and be like, you're so right. But not one of them on her page has been like, you're so pretty. You're so right. You're so beautiful. I like your aesthetic. Nobody has said that. On my page, though? Don't do another video. Don't do another one. Don't do another one. She will. She will. She's obsessed. Don't do another one. Don't do it. I implore you.
Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.